language, we will be doing page 45. We are still skipping 41, 42. We will do those tomorrow. So look up here and let's review all the capitalization rules we've learned so far. Everybody's eyes on this chart. Capitalize
The first word of every sentence.
We're going to skip this one for today. Actually, that's our new one for today. Capitalize
The days of the week, the months of the year, but not the seasons.
Capitalize
Holidays and special days.
Capitalize
Proper nouns.
I said look at the chart. This is the chart up here. Some of you are looking intently at your paper on your desk. Okay, proper nouns. What's the other kind of noun? Common. They do not get capitalized. A proper noun is a particular person, place, or thing. All right, the next rule is the one we learned yesterday. Capitalize
Names referring to God and the Bible.
And we'll skip that one. That'll be the last one we learned. So let's look at the new one for the day. It says capitalize
Names.
which actually names would fall under the category of proper nouns also, right? A name is a particular person, right? But it also says titles of respect. So we're going to find out today what are titles of respect. And then this says initials. And for those that don't know what initials are, we're going to learn that. And the word I. Like when you say, I love you, the word I. Okay? So the word I always gets capitalized. And I was surprised to find that some of you guys didn't know that. I thought you would have learned that already by now. All right, so let's review by doing these sentences, and you have to tell me what needs to be capitalized. Let's read the first sentence. Everyone, by the way, I said your language paper should be on top of the other paper, and some of you don't have it that way. Thank you. I need you to listen and follow my instructions. Eyes on the board now. Read the first sentence. My father was born on March 31st, 1944. All right, so what do we need to capitalize? My. Why?
Because it's the beginning of the sentence.
Beginning of a sentence, or you could say first word in the sentence. What else?
March.
March. Why?
Because it's a month of the year.
Month of the year. Very good. Days of the week, months of the year, but not the season. All right, on Monday and Friday, Gabe, read it with me, guys. On Monday and Friday, Gabe rode his bike home from school. And I forgot to put that comma that you guys don't know the rule for. There's your comma there. Whoops. Okay, so what needs to be capitalized in that sentence? On. Because?
It's the beginning of the sentence.
What's next?
Monday.
Why?
Because it's the
Day of the week, days of the week, months of the year, but not the season. What's next?
Friday.
Why?
Because it's days of the week, months of the year, but not the season.
All right, and?
Day.
Why?
Because it's the name of a person.
Yes. Or you could say it's a proper noun, or you could say name. A name or a person, okay? All right, anything else? No, very good. Read the next one. We celebrate New Year's Day in winter.
We.
Because?
It's the beginning of the sentence.
Beginning of the sentence. What's next?
New Year's Day.
Very good. Why New Year's Day?
Because it's a special day or a holiday.
And don't forget, you have to do new and
Years and day.
All right, what's next?
Not winter.
Very good. Nothing. Not winter. Winter is a season. Days of the week.
Months of the year.
But
not the season.
Read the next one. Paul served the Lord faithfully. Paul. Very good. Two reasons though. Beginning of the sentence and in the name. Or you can say it's a proper noun.
Lord.
Why?
Because it's a name referring to God.
Referring to God or the Bible. Things referring to God and the Bible. Names referring to God and the Bible. Last one. In verse 3, we memorize Psalm 100. Referring to God and the Bible. All right, I need everyone paying attention. We're not looking at our paper right now. It has nothing to do with your paper. So stop staring so intently at your paper and look up here where I'm teaching. Do you understand? All right, now we're going to look over here. Remember, we just learned a new rule. If you look at the top of your paper, that doesn't mean we're going to do with your paper yet. It says capitalize names, initials, titles of respect, and the word I. Then it also says place a period after initials and titles of respect if, big if they are abbreviations. So that's what we're going to look at right now. So let me move the camera a little bit. All right, so let's look up here first. Everybody, right here we have MRS period. See the period?
Yeah.
Because this is the abbreviation for Mrs. This would be a married lady. Okay, a married lady is a Mrs. I am Mrs. McLaughlin. All right, the next one we're going to look at is Mr. And actually there is Mr. It actually looks Mr., right? But this is the abbreviation. So what do you have to do? Capital MR period. So Mrs., capital MRS period, Mr., capital MR period. Because we abbreviate. These are called titles of respect. All right? So you're showing that person respect. You don't just say, hey, Liam. You say, Mr. Olson. Okay? That's respect. Okay? You don't call Mr. Riceberg by his first name. You call him Mr. Riceberg. All right, the next one is doctor. DR period. Capital DR period. That's the abbreviation for doctor. And then capital REV period is the abbreviation for reverend. What is a reverend?
A preacher.
A preacher, a pastor. Okay, so now we have some names here. So this is Mr. Peterson, Mrs. George, Miss Wade. Now, look at this. Everybody looking. This is another title of respect. Do you see a period?
No.
No, because this is not an abbreviation. This is the whole entire word. It does not need a period. This one needed a period because it was short for Mrs. This one needed a period because it's short for Mr. This one needed a period because it's short for Doctor. And this one needed a period because it's short for Reverend. Well, this one doesn't need a period. This is an unmarried lady. So Miss White, your PE teacher, she's not married, so she is Miss. Okay? All of you girls in here, you would be Miss Marsh. Okay? All right, so Miss. All right, here this one is Dr. Scott, and this one will be Reverend Belcher, which is the pastor at Church of the Open Door, and it's Brennan's grandfather. All right, Reverend Belcher. Now, I need to take the camera for a ride because now we're going to look at initials. Now, I explained to you what initials were when we were talking about the graded paper tally reports, right? Because I said your parents need to put their initials in your graded paper tally report. All right? So an initial, eyes up here, right here. An initial is when instead of putting the name, you just put the first letter of that name. So this person is Ken, that's his first name. We don't know what his middle name is, but we know it starts with a H. So the H is capitalized, that's an initial, and then look what's after it. A period. You always put a period after an initial. And then his last name we know is Edwards. All right, then this person's first name starts with a C. See, this doesn't even tell us it's a boy or a girl, does it?
No.
But their middle name starts with a
J.
And then we know their last name is King. This person, again, we don't know if it's a boy or a girl, but their first name starts with a
T.
Their middle name starts with a
R.
And their last name starts with a
W.
Those are called what? Initials. Those are initials. And then here's one that's so famous, you probably already know who it is. If I put A, period, Lincoln, Abraham. That would be Abraham, right? So that sometimes you know who it is by the famous initial and name together, right? All right, so let's look at your paper. And let's begin doing it. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is it has a sentence, and in parentheses, they have put somebody's name. And we have to capitalize and put in the periods. So let's read the name we're going to put in. It says, Mrs. T.M. Harder brought cookies to our class on Monday. So what's the first thing we need to do?
Capitalize Mrs. and add a period.
Yes, capitalize Mrs. for title of respect, and put a period after Mrs. because it's an abbreviated title of respect. No. Write it on the line, guys. We're not proofreader marks. This is not proofreader marks. This is write it on the line. Write Mrs. Make sure you capitalize Mrs. and put a period after Mrs. All right, then what do we see? We see a T. What is that?
Initial.
That's an initial. So you need to capitalize the T and put a period after it because you put a period after initials. What's the second initial? M. So capitalize that M and put another
Period after it.
Just do it, please. Team capitalize the T. I already said that, Adam. Please listen. Yes, we capitalize initials, and I already said to capitalize it. Please listen. All right, then we have her last name, which is
Harder.
And you need to remember to do what's it?
Capitalize the name.
Capitalize names. That's the other rule. Titles of respect, initials, names, and the word I. All right, going on to the next one. You were told to capitalize her name harder. You need to listen. You capitalize names. Did you capitalize her name harder? You were told to capitalize the M and put a period after it. Did you capitalize that M? That does not look capitalized. That does not look capitalized. It looks like lowercase m to me. And put a period. So you should have had Mrs. capitalized with a period, T capitalized with a period, M capitalized with a period, and harder should also be capitalized. Listen to what I'm saying, please. All right, let's read the next one. Dr. Bill R. Woodland. That's the name. And sentences, children get to reach into the prize box when they visit Dr. Bill R. Woodland. So what's the first thing you do?
Capitalize doctor.
Capitalize doctor and put a period. Very good, because that is an abbreviated title of respect. What about Bill?
Capitalize.
Just capitalize it. Do you need to put a period? No, that is his name, Bill. What about the R?
Capitalize.
Because it is
Initial.
Because it is an initial and it needs a period after it. And then his last name is?
Woodland.
And what do you need to do? Capitalize Woodland, because it's his name. Wood and land, Woodland. All right, the next name in parentheses is Miss Rebecca Williams. All right, and it says Miss Rebecca Williams taught swimming all summer. So what's the first thing you need to put? Capitalize Miss. Do you need a period? No, because it's not abbreviated. That is the whole word. I mean, she's just not married. She's a young lady that's not married. So just put Miss, capitalize it, but don't put a period. And her first name is?
Rebecca.
Rebecca. So what do you need to do there?
Capitalize.
Because it is her name. You capitalize Rebecca and Williams. Very good. And what do you need to do to Williams? Capitalize it, because again, it is her name. And some of you do not make your capitals look like capitals. You make them the same size as your lowercase letters, and so they don't look like capitals. Your capitals need to look like capitals, or I will mark them wrong. Last one in this section, read the name in parentheses, Reverend G.A. Whetstone. The sentence says, our special speaker at camp this summer was Reverend G.A. Whetstone. So what do we do first?
Capitalize. Put a period after it.
Capitalize Rev, which is the abbreviation for Reverend. Capitalize it and put a period because it's abbreviated title of respect. Then what do you need to do the G? Capitalize it. Listen, you guys, you were told to capitalize, put a period. Capitalize, put a period, capitalize. You capitalize titles of respect, you capitalize initials. Look at the board. When you just put, whoops, so sorry, Sammy. When you capitalize initials, you capitalize, put a period, capitalize, put a period. And we said that when we were doing this paper together. And you're not capitalizing any of it, or putting the periods. Names need to be capitalized, titles of respect need to be capitalized, last names need to be capitalized. Listen to the rules we're saying, okay? Alright, reverend need to be capitalized and put a period. Then you need to capitalize the initial G. Then what about the A? What is that one?
Capitalize it and put a
Yes.
period too.
That does not look capitalized. Guys, how do you do a capital A? If you're printing, it should look like this. That is capital A. If you just do that, that does not look capitalized. That is capital A in cursive, but that is not a capital A.
I can't see.
That. This is a capital A if you're printing. And you're not doing, if you do this and you're not doing cursive, I don't want to see that. That is not printed A. This is a printed A. So unless you're writing in cursive, I don't want to see that. All right, what about after the A? A period. Some of you are not putting the periods after the initials. You're just capitalizing them. You always put a period after the initial because you're missing part of the word. It's the same reason you put a period after Mrs., Mr., Doctor, and Reverend. Because you're missing part of the word. Remember last week on Friday when she had you do those days of the week and the months of the year?
Yeah.
What did you have to put when you were doing abbreviations?
Period.
A period, because you weren't writing all of the word. If part of the word is missing, you end up putting a period. All right, did you do Whetstone now?
Yeah.
And you need to remember to do what to it?
Capitalize
Capitalize it because it's a name. Capitalize it because it's a name. Alright, now at the bottom, it says a common noun names a person, place, or thing. A proper noun names a particular person, place, or thing. So they're saying circle the common. So circle that word common in the directions. In the directions, circle the word common. And then they're telling you to box the proper nouns. So in the directions, circle the word common, because we're going to circle the common, and box the word proper, because we're going to box proper. All right, so let's talk again. What's common? Any person, place, or thing. Don't just say anything. Just say any person, place, or thing. Okay, ask you again. What's common?
Any
person, place, or thing. What's proper? And you will know it's proper because it will be
Capitalized.
There you go. All right, let's go through the first sentence. First sentence says, North Dakota is a state at the top of the United States. What's the first one?
North Dakota.
North Dakota is proper, so put a box around it. Remember how I taught you that it's probably best to underline it? Let's see, this would be proper. So you would underline the bottom, underline the top, and then connect the sides. By the way, some of you are doing that on the test, and some of your boxes are hard to tell if it was a box or a circle. So put a box around North Dakota. What's the next one?
State.
State. What do we do to state? Circle. That's not a particular one. That's just any state. They're saying the word state. You need to stand up. I think you do. Come on. I need you to focus. Come on, right here. You're not with me. I need you to stay with me. Because we've already said, this is common. It's not naming a particular one. This North Dakota is particular. This is not. So circle it. I need you to focus. Common or proper, okay? What's the next one?
United States.
That's not the next one, but is United States common or proper? Proper, because you are naming a particular country, so box it. It's capitalized. You know it's proper because it's capitalized. What is the one that got missed? Get in your chair now. It does not matter if the ball top here. Top. Yes, top. The top of my head, the top of my marker, the top of your pencil. Top is a noun. What are you going to do to it though? Circle it. It's common. It's not capitalized. Please stop talking now. Put your hand down. It's on. Okay, go to the next one. Read the sentence with me. a border. What's the first one?
Canada.
What are we gonna do to it? Box it, because it's capitalized, because it's proper. It is a particular country, right? Alright, what's the next one?
North Dakota.
North Dakota, what are you gonna do to it?
Box it.
It's capitalized, it's proper, it is a particular state. Alright? And there's one more in that sentence.
Border.
Okay, what are you gonna do to it?
Circle.
Circle it. It's not capitalized, right? It is not particular. They're just talking about where the two meet. The country of Canada and North Dakota touch each other, right? All right, let's read the next one. The next one says, North Dakota has the largest statue of a buffalo in the world. What's the first one?
North Dakota.
Circle or box?
Box.
It's capitalized. It's proper. There's a particular state. So box North Dakota. What's next?
Statue.
Statue. Is it capitalized?
No.
No. Is it common or proper?
Common.
Common. So circle it. All right. What's next?
Buffalo.
Buffalo. What do you do? Circle it. It's not capitalized. So circle it. And then the last one in that sentence? World. Circle it. It's not capitalized. All right. Let's read the next one. The next one says, wheat, oats, flax, and barley are grains that grow in North Dakota.
Wheat.
Wheat, what are you gonna do?
Circle.
Somebody saying box.
Circle.
Listen, are you really gonna box it?
No.
No. Why?
Because it's the beginning of the sentence.
Yes, it's only capitalized because it's the beginning of a sentence, not because you normally capitalize wheat. Is flax capitalized? Is barley capitalized? Is oats capitalized?
No.
So those are all common. Wheat is only capitalized because it's the beginning of your sentence, not because it's normally capitalized. It is just talking about a type of grain. Are grains capitalized? No. So wheat and barley and watch the oats. Oats, flax, barley, all of those are just grains. They just need to be circled. Do not let that capitalization at the beginning of a sentence fool you. If it's somebody's name, yes, then box it. If it's the name of the state, like it was in some of the other sentences, then box it. But do not let it fool you. All right, what's next after barley?
Grains.
Grains. The word grains would be circle because it's common, and North Dakota would be box because it is particular. It is a proper noun, a particular place. All right, let's read the last one. You may enjoy bread and cereal made from some of these grains. No. You is a pronoun. We're going to learn pronouns. Pronouns take the place of nouns. But you is not a noun. So don't do you. What's the first one?
Bread.
Bread. What are you going to do to bread?
Circle it.
Circle it. That's just common. What's next?
Cereal.
Cereal. What do you do?
Circle
Do
it.
it again. What's next?
Grains.
Grains. Circle it. Very good. And then we are done. Do not forget that you will be having a quiz tomorrow. Let's talk to you again about what's on the quiz. All right, on the quiz, you will be doing common and proper nouns. All right, so you will just, actually, there's one section where you're just going to circle all the nouns. Look at me. You're going to just circle every single noun that's in it. It does not matter if it's common or proper, you're just going to circle them all. Every single noun. Then there's a section where you're going to go through and you're only going to circle the proper nouns. So you're only going to circle the ones that are capitalized. Because if it's capitalized, you know it's proper. And then there's another one where you're going to have to go through a list of nouns. Are you looking at me and listening? And you have to decide, do they need to be capitalized? And you're going to do 3 little lines underneath it with proofreader marks. Okay? 3 little lines, and you're going to watch out for those, we had on the board yesterday, like the seasons. Do you capitalize the seasons? No. Days of the week, months of the year, but no.